Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, who the heck am I and why should you even listen to me? My name is Bree Mesquite. I'm an esthetician of 13 years. I'm also an educator and business coach for solo waxers and estheticians. And I'm proud to say I was nominated ASCP Esty of the Year, and I've built my entire brand, both my clientele base and my product-based business, on social media, both here on YouTube, Instagram, mainly honestly those two platforms. So today what I'm going to be teaching you is the different types of content on Instagram. So we're going to be focusing on Instagram specifically, and then also the anatomy of a post. So this will make more sense as we get into it. But first I want to teach you about the different types of content, and then I'm just going to be sharing with you what's been working really, really well for me and how I really keep on top of content. This is one of the number one things I hear from my coaching clients, from followers on Instagram, here on YouTube, is that you guys are struggling with like what to post, how to post. Like it's just a lot of work, and we want to work smarter, not harder, because eventually we want to up the consistency and the volume of posting that you're able to do so that you can actually find what really works and start gaining new followers, but followers that will actually convert into paying clients and customers of yours. So first, let's go through all the different types of content. Again, I'm going to share with you what's been working really well for me, but depending on when you guys are watching this episode, things can change rapidly, okay? So if you're watching this like a year from now, this might all be obsolete. Who knows? But I'm going to teach you also how to be able to figure out for yourself what's working best for you, because what may be working really well for me potentially may not work really well for you. So I want you guys to be able to look at your insights and take an educated approach to and looking at analytics and insights to actually make like professional, knowledgeable decisions based on those. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so first we're gonna go over the different types of content. So you have talking head videos. So picture me vertical instead of horizontal, and there you go. Here's a talking head video. No, I'm just kidding. We'll show you guys examples of each of these, but a talking head video is great for building connection with your audience. I love it for storytelling. I love it for quick tips. I love it it does really, really well for testimonies. So if you, like, I had one that it performed really well, and I literally was like, here's my coaching client Erin, and then I showed a picture of her, and then I talked about some of her wins. So you can be like, here's my client Susie, and she came in, she used to go elsewhere, she felt like everything was super rushed, she had a lot of hair left behind, and she suffered from ingrowns. Then I got her started on this product that we carry here in studio, and after a couple weeks her skin's smooth, and now she loves Rebel Wax Studio, whatever. I don't know. I just try to spin something off the top of my head. But talking video is you with your head talking to the camera. Okay, so those do really, really well. I wrote some notes here, so I'm going to read education, connection, trust building. I already said that. Explain the benefits. Busting myths. That's a fun one. Authority, nurturing. Yes. And then pro tip, keep this short. I will actually show you how to look at this. So super important insight. So you're going to click on one of your reels, go to view insights right here. And I want you guys paying attention to this right here. View rate past 3 seconds. The first 3 seconds, I'm going to get more into this on the anatomy of a post section of this, but the first 3 seconds is going to be your hook. So if people are watching past the first 3 seconds, this is a well-performing reel. If they're not, then it didn't hit. You're going to want to do a different variation of this and make sure that the first 3 seconds really hooks them. So I just want you guys to be aware of this view rate past 3 seconds. That is super valuable for knowing which content is performing well. All right. You want to keep your reels for sure under 60 seconds, but this is where you need to look at your insights and see what the average watch time is, and then base your content around that. So you guys don't have to get like these full thoughts out into one video. Oftentimes there's enough within one thought that you have to break down into multiple different reels, multiple different videos, which is one talking point. You just want to hit on one thing. So definitely keep it under 60 seconds for sure. base it though on your watch time. And then also use subtitles, okay? So captions, you can add them super easily on Instagram. Now Instagram has their own editing app called Edits, and I've been using this recently and I am loving it. It's super user friendly. I absolutely love this app. So once you guys have access to that, definitely download it. I know they kind of did like a pre-rollout and not everyone has access to that yet, but once you do, highly recommend it. Hey there, I hope you're enjoying this episode so far. For those of you who are already using and loving Rebel Wax in your treatment room, I wanted to provide you with the opportunity to save an additional 10% on top of the 10% we already give for our subscribe and save customers. If you would like to never worry about inventory issues again, then head to our website, lashandwaxoc.com. Use the code THEREBELSHOW, all one word, to save an additional 10% off for a total of 20% off your first subscribe and save. Now back to the show. All right, the next type of content is going to be B-roll with text overlay. You guys, this is killing it right now, and I am so freaking happy because it's the easiest content to make, okay? So what it is I'll show you an example right here. It's you just filming yourself doing something. So maybe you're setting up for a treatment or a service. Maybe you're organizing your wax station. Maybe you're restocking or filling up your jars of sticks and cotton rounds and gloves. Like, it's just you doing something. So think of it like when they film movies, they have A-roll, which is like people talking and communicating, whatever. And then B-roll is more of like the behind the scenes look. So I don't know, I'm not explaining this correctly, but it's more like behind the scenes. So yeah, this actually comes from like movie production. I went down this whole thing and started reading all about it, but now that I'm trying to explain it to you guys, I can't remember the exact definitions, but I just know it's more behind the scenes of you just doing something. You're not talking in the camera. You're not even looking or acknowledging the camera. You're just like doing your thing. And then you're going to put text overlay. What I like to do is content that's performing well. So I look at my insights. Like when I had the one that did really well about my coaching client, then I would plug into ChatGPT. I did this reel, or even upload it, copy the link, put it in ChatGPT and be like, can you turn this into a B-roll with text overlay format? So you can actually start reusing content that's doing well and just try it out in different formats. Then you can try it out in some of the future formats I'm going to tell you that are available as well. So the text overlay, you want it to be pretty like quick and to the point. And what's been working really, really well for me too is like doing the hook. Like I didn't sign up for becoming a content creator when I became an esthetician. That's going to hook people. People are like, wait, yes, like I relate to that. That's how I feel. And then I put read caption for more. And then I can share more of my thoughts about that topic in the caption. So the video B-roll is like super short, quick text overlay that hooks and speaks directly to your audience, and then more thoughts in the caption. So an example for client focused would be like, I thought the first Brazilian wax was going to be, or I've heard nothing but horror stories. I'm scared of trying my first Brazilian wax. And then like read caption for more. And then you can go into how it's supposed to be, and like that you understand that people have had bad experiences, but not to let that stop them from achieving the results that they're seeking. And that when you go to a professional like yourself, that they're going to actually be the number one compliment you receive is like, wow, that wasn't as bad as I thought. And like talk to your audience as if you're talking to that one person, not a group of people. You want to talk as if you're talking to that ideal client, which is why you've heard in multiple of my videos me saying you need to know who your ideal audience, who your ideal client is. So you're talking directly to them in each one of your posts. All right, so that's B-roll. It's great for storytelling as well. Very soft selling. So this is where I might be like, comment, YouTube to be sent my YouTube link and subscribe, or comment Rebel for a code to try Rebel at a discount, like things like that. Soft selling does really good. And then you really ideally you want to layer it with a trending audio, but that makes sense for what you're talking about. So if you're talking about something that's kind of like a deeper emotional thing, you're not going to put like super upbeat music to it. You want something that matches the vibe. But this is a trick, and this is what I do, is I click on the trending tab on Instagram for audio, and then I look at something that's trending that has been used in 5,000 or less reels. So the less amount of usages that it's had, but it's in that trending list, it's more likely for you to kind of catch that at the early stages and then potentially have your video viewed more. So that's something I've been playing around with, but I never, if there's not something in the trending audio section under 5,000 that actually matches up with whatever topic I'm talking about, then like I make sure that I am prioritizing an audio that actually matches up and makes sense over it being used under 5,000 times. That's just a little extra tip for you. So now, like, my husband knows like that B-roll's been doing really great, and we work full time together, so it does make it a little bit easier for me. But randomly he'll just like pull out his phone when I really don't know, so it's like true, authentic behind the scenes, and he'll get like 10 to 15 second clips of me. Like the other day I was walking my wiener dog, and he got like a quick clip, and then I was able to use that in a post later talking about like, in order to like talking about creativity and coming up with content or something like that. So maybe ask your spouse like, hey, when we're out just doing our normal stuff, can you do this? Or I always have a tripod with me. I have them everywhere. I have them here in my office. I have them at my waxing studio. We have them out in the packing area of our warehouse. I have one in my purse. I have one in my gym bag. And I love the magnet one so that my phone just connects really, really quickly to it. So anytime I'm doing something like at the salon, if I'm stocking shelves with product, I set it up real quick and I just let it run for like 30 seconds and then that's it. B-roll is meant to be a little bit shorter, so you're not going to use a lot of that. But also what's great with B-roll is when you want to take this to the next level with your talking head videos, say in a talking head video, I'm looking at the camera, I'm talking about ingrown hair serum or something. If I have B-roll of me at the salon stocking ingrown hair serum on the shelf, then you can put that as an overlay on the video. So when you're talking about the ingrown hair serum in your talking head video, then you switch quickly to a clip of you stocking and then back to you talking, and it just keeps people a little bit more engaged. I know you guys have seen this content before. I also want you, this is a complete side note, I want you guys to start thinking about what stops my scroll. So when you're online consuming content, if there's anything that catches your eye, you stop and you actually listen, or you actually read the text overlay, or you actually read the caption. I want you to ask yourself, what about this made me stop and actually read this? Sometimes it's because you related to it. So then you need to put yourself in the mind of your ideal client. How can I relate to my client? What is her pain points? What's her biggest fears? Like, what keeps her up at night? When you can answer those questions and then put their thoughts and feelings into words on a social media post, like, it's game over. Like, that's when you really, really will start seeing increase in engagement and reach and people following, and then in people becoming clients of yours as well. So just a little side note, ask yourself when you're consuming content, like, why did I stop and read this post? And how can I recreate this for myself, for my type of business? Because it might not even be related to your business, but how can I stop this or create this for my business and for my audience? Like, what made me stop? The next type of content is going to be carousel posts. This is another one that's doing really, really, really great. And I love it because, again, it's really easy. So a carousel post is when there's a picture or video and you scroll through because there's multiple. So I'll show you guys an example of that as well. These have been performing really, really well, especially for storytelling. So education and storytelling. So example, like 3 reasons why you may have ingrown hairs. And then each slide like says a different reason. Like, you're not exfoliating, like you're working out within 24 hours and you're using the wrong body wash, something like that. Carousel posts are so easy because you can just use stagnant pictures and the same picture on each slide with a different text overlay. So I've been doing a lot of that. and it's just so easy to create. Talking head videos are going to be the ones that are the most intentional, because you have to like come up with the idea, format it, like script it out. I like to script my stuff out and then actually sit down and film it, which then usually entails people want to do like hair, do makeup, maybe have a cute outfit. I kind of just like show up as I am. I will do my hair and makeup though on filming days, but that takes a little bit more effort than B-roll or Carousel. So I'm so happy that they're performing so well, because it's really easy to pull together. Next is stagnant or single photo posts. These are kind of like a thing of the past, in my opinion. I don't rely on them. I never use them. You guys could scroll really far back in my Instagram and probably not find one within the last 6 months to even a year, I'd say. They're not high performing for me. But again, I want you guys to look at your own insights and see what's performing well for you, and then do more of that. I haven't seen these work really well, but that is another form of content. All right, the last one is a story post. So utilizing your stories. This is going to be more for daily engagement, building more trust, urgency. So like when you have those last minute appointment availabilities and stuff, this is a great place to put them. It shows your personality. It's more behind the scenes. It's more nurturing and conversating with who we would call like your warm audience, those who are already bought into you, know you, love you, follow you. I would think of this as more client retention than on your feed is going to be actively seeking new clients. How often should we be posting? If you are a newbie, you're a beginner, you would consider yourself a beginner, I want you to commit to at least 3 times a week. Okay. So maybe like Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Okay, 3 times a week. Then if you're a little bit more intermediate, then let's up it to 5. So maybe Tuesday through Saturday, you're gonna post once a day, Tuesday through Saturday. Then once you get a little bit more advanced, ideally you want to work up to posting daily. And then I'm at a point where I'm really aiming towards posting 2 to 3 times per day. But you have to think my goal looks a lot different than what your goal might be right now. On my Rebel Wax Studio page, which is very much actively seeking out local clients, we're posting 3 times a week. But on my personal brand page, I'm seeking to attract a larger audience of estheticians, and they don't necessarily need to be local estheticians, because I teach you guys online and virtually. So I do post more often to have more visibility. So it's a little bit different circumstance, but I always want you guys to prioritize quality over quantity. I would rather you posting once a week of a really high value add piece of content that is converting, rather than 3 times a week or 3 times a day, like I'm doing, of just like half-assed, like just low value, not very thoughtful content. That's my take on that. I think it's a lot more valuable to put out good, high quality, valuable. High quality does not mean the best equipment, the best lighting. That's not what I mean. I mean high quality as in it provides direct value to the person on the other side of the screen, aka your ideal client. All right, now let's talk about the anatomy of each individual piece of content. So first we got the hook. So your hook is the first 3 seconds. So you have either a visual or an audible hook. So an audible hook would be me talking like, hey, are you an esthetician? You're like, if you were scrolling, you'd be like, oh wait, oh my God, yes, I'm an esthetician. Like that would hook you. Or hey, are you located in Bend, Oregon? Like if you were from Bend and you heard that, that's a hook, because you're like, wait, why are they talking about the town that I live in? So that's an audible hook. A visual hook would be like when I do my wax demo videos, you'll probably notice at the beginning of the video, I'm putting the pull, like me actually removing the strip, and then it goes into the full demo of me prepping, applying, removing, because that first 3 seconds, that was a visual hook. They know what's to come in the video. They know I'm going to show the process and show the pull. So that's like a visual hook. You also have a hook within your caption as well. So your caption usually will have somewhat of a hook, something that will entice people to continue to read or know that you're directly talking to them. caption. Then we have the rest of the caption. So you really want to keep it super clear. And then I talked about this in my training on newsletters where we call it the 2-sentence paragraph, where I kind of like space it out on my caption. So it's not one big block of text. It's like spaced out per thought. That's been really helpful for people to actually like read through the caption without it being too busy and crowded. And then I'm also trying to get straight to the point, not too much fluff, no run-on sentences, like just straight to the point, add value. And then you want to be talking to one person in that, not like a big crowd of people. Like you want to envision your ideal client and be talking directly to him or her. All right. And then another part of the anatomy of a piece of content is going to be your call to action. So this is going to be the last line of your caption and or the last thing you say in a talking head video. CTA means call to action. You're asking them to now do something. So after consuming this piece of content, what's their next step? So you'll see, go through my Instagram and you'll see I'm saying comment this to be sent my YouTube link, or comment this to sign up for my free waxing course, or comment this to be sent, on my studio page, the booking link to book your next appointment. And that's what you guys are going to be using the most often is like to book with you. So you want to make sure you have a call to action. It could be the last slide of your carousel post. So you always want to have a call to action. Give them their next step. It might even be follow for more waxing content or whatever. Give them the next step that you want, the goal of that piece of content, and guide them to that next step. All right, lastly is going to be locational tagging. So on Instagram, you're able to tag your location. So when you are actively seeking to build your clientele and reach local potential actual clients, that's why I don't want you guys focused on your follower count. I want you really focused on quality of the people that are following you, which would be local people that match the identity of your ideal client. So if you don't provide manzillions, then you don't want to attract a lot of local male clients. Then your ideal client would be local female clients. So you want to make sure that everything's super clear on who it is that you're talking to. But with the locational tagging, it helps you actually attract local people rather than you'll notice probably a lot of other beauty professionals and estheticians that follow you at first when you're building your business page. So this really helps to make sure that you're targeting local people, because if you're located like me here in Oregon, someone in New York isn't likely going to book an appointment with me, right? So that's another important thing when we are specifically client focused. All right, a little bonus for you guys on utilizing ChatGPT for this. So I always keep a notepad in my phone of ideas as they come up. I get ideas based on conversations that I'm having, questions that you get in the treatment room, conversations you have in the treatment room, conversations you have with potential clients that are kind of reaching out to you, asking questions about the service, what to expect. Maybe when you're out and about just in your day-to-day life, say you're at the gym and it gets brought up, what do you do for work? Oh, I'm a waxer and I specialize in Brazilians. Oh my God, was it like waxing Brazil? All those questions and comments that you get just in your day-to-day life, turn those into pieces of content. So then what I do is, first of all, you have to feed ChatGPT tons of context about you and your business. I went over this in my newsletter training, but I'll repeat it for you guys again in case you didn't see that. You need to say who you are, what you do, who you help, and give it all the context. So for example, real quick for me, and you want to go even deeper than this, but I want to give you an example. I would say I'm a licensed esthetician. I was originally licensed in California. 5 years ago, I moved to Bend, Oregon. I recently opened up my waxing studio, Rebel Wax Studio. I'm hiring on employees and paying them commission based. I've been an esthetician for 13 years. I specialize in Brazilian waxing. I can complete a Brazilian in 7 minutes. I have a lot of knowledge about how to reduce ingrown hairs. My ideal client is going to be females between the ages of 25 and 40, blah, 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 fill in the blank. Just give tons of context. So then when you have these ideas, so I always keep a notepad and I jot it down real quick. Then when I have time and I actually block out, I'm very intentional about this. This can't be an afterthought. This isn't our hobby. You guys, okay, I'm going to get super real with you real quick. I hear all the time people saying, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up to be a content creator. I wanted to be a solo esthetician. I wanted to open up my own waxing business. I have to argue with you. Yes, you freaking did. Because when you decide to open up a business, part of running a business and being a business owner is sales and marketing, okay? It just looks different in today's day and age. Now, sales and marketing is through social media. We gotta have a mindset shift, you guys, because this is free to us. We now can compete with the big dogs because we don't have to out advertise them with paid ads. We don't have to be on the radio. We don't have to be in newspapers. We don't have to be in magazines. We don't have to spend a ton of money on ads. You're spending your time, yes, and I know it can be a lot, but it can be done smarter, not harder, you guys. And I want to help you figure that out and strategize on this. But it's yes, you did. If you chose to become a business owner, open up your own business, part of that is advertising and marketing. That's been a thing since businesses have existed. People aren't going to buy from you if they don't know about you. And the only way for them to find out and know about you is through advertising and marketing. It just looks different these days. So I know it is a lot. I feel you. You guys, I haven't been good at this and I'm learning and improving all the time. But when I first started, it's cringy, it's funny, but I started and I just did it and I committed to doing it. You have to get good at anything, you have to be willing to suck. And a lot of people aren't willing to suck. I'm willing to suck. My first time on stage giving a speech, I freaking sucked, but I did it. And when you're real and authentic and you know the value you're trying to bring, the execution and the delivery may not be the best. You know, the quality of the video, maybe you stumble your words, whatever. But when the message is there and you have valuable information, it still resonates. People still hear you. So I need you guys to get out of your own heads, get out of your own way, and have that mindset shift and show up for your business. And this is why I'm so big on not everyone's meant to be a business owner, and that's okay. Now I want to challenge those of you who do decide to hire on people and pay commissions and hire on employees. You got to do your employees well. You got to be a good leader. You need to learn leadership. You need to make sure you're paying people well, because I understand the frustration too of it almost feels forced to go solo because there's not a lot of great options to work under someone who really truly cares and it I don't know, just has your best interests at heart as well. So I understand that this industry is very interesting with that stuff. There's not always a lot of great options for employment as well. So anyways, I'll stop yelling at you guys. I hope you understand the heart behind this. I understand the frustration, but I just don't want you guys to allow that to stop you and keep you from these future goals and blessings that are waiting for you on the other side of hard and on the other side of pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and on the other side of just being willing to suck and doing things scared. You got to be willing to suck. These training videos, we're about a year in now. Go watch the first ones. They're terrible. They're so terrible, but the information was valuable because I knew what I was talking about. All right. Lastly. Okay. So this is how so we're writing down ideas. Okay. Then I talk into ChatGPT. So say I wrote down an idea of how do I schedule my waxing before a vacation. So then I would pull up ChatGPT. I'd be like, I want to do a post on my Instagram directed towards clients. I have to say that because I have two different audiences right now, but so you'd say directed towards clients and to help promote new bookings. So you want to tell ChatGPT what your goal is. I would say, I want to talk about how to prepare and schedule your wax around a vacation. So if someone's going to be going on vacation, I recommend that they don't do their first wax ever right before the vacation. I recommend that they at least have 2 to 3 waxes under their belt for these reasons, so that we can sync up their hair growth cycles. If they have any reactions or irritation situation, we can work through that. They can start learning how to care for their skin, like go through all the things. And I talk to chat, and then it will format it. And then I ask it, please write me a talking head video for this script, a B-roll with text overlay, a carousel post, and a story slide for this. So now I'm getting 4 different pieces of content with the same topic. And then I also ask it, please make sure it has a really solid hook within the first 3 seconds so that I'm attracting my ideal audience who is XYZ. Hopefully you already fed it context so it knows who your ideal audience is, and then end with a CTA to book their appointment, and then also give me a full caption for it as well. Dude, that's it. You're done. Then it sends all of it. I put that into a notepad so that on filming days, I know what talking head videos to film. And then when I need to post a piece of content and I'm feeling like being on Canva and creating some carousel posts and stuff, I can go into my notes and see the 5-6 carousel post ideas I already had and now just format it and create it. So that's what I do. And then when I see a piece of content does really well, you guys repost it. Only about 5% of your audience is going to see all your content. And if there's anyone that is seeing every single thing you post, it's because they're actively going to your page to look. And that means they're solidly bought in on you and they love you and they're bought in and they don't mind seeing repeats. Okay. You're not bugging anybody. A lot of people are scared that they're bugging people and that they're just saying the same things constantly. Yeah. Like a burger joint is going to be talking about nothing but burgers. They're not 1 week, oh, we've talked too much about burgers. Let's talk about our salad. No one gives a crap about the salad. They're going to constantly sell their main item, which is their freaking burgers. For us, it's waxing. So we're going to constantly be talking about the same topics in rotation and then just sharing it in different ways as well. So when you have a piece of content that performs well, look at your insights for the past 6 months, then post it again. Totally fine. And also do different iterations of that. So look and say okay, what about this performed really well? Oh, they liked that I was hitting on this topic of preparing for their wax. So how can I do this a little differently? Or what's some information I can add to this? Or how can I change up maybe just the video, B-roll video that I use? Put the same text overlay, but on a different video. You guys don't have to constantly be coming up with new all the time. Just do it a little bit differently. So repurposing stuff is going to be really big for you. A lot of the biggest accounts, when they talk about their accounts, I'm talking people with 200K plus people. A lot of them, you're going to be mind blown on this. 80% of their content is repurposed or just reposted. Not even repurposed, reposted. The exact same piece of content reposted. So don't feel like you can't do the same as well, because your feed is meant to attract new people. So you have to assume every time you post that this is for someone who's never heard of you before. And this is their first time discovering you. So super important. And then you can nurture people more on your story posts and things like that within DMs, building a relationship, or better yet, when they actually book with you, come in for their appointment and experience the service with you. Then you've got a loyal client. All right, I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. I know content is one of the biggest pain points for my audience. For you guys, I get asked about content all the time. So let me know if you need any help with that. I am going to be at a retreat in Southern Oregon. I'm going to be a guest speaker at Tanya, who owns Just the Strip, at her creators retreat, which is going to be July 10th through July 14th. So you can come hang out in person. I'm going to be talking all about social media, going deeper into this. I'm going to be there for 4 days, you guys, staying on the property. So this could be a really fun way to hang out and just be able to get a little bit more in-depth insight into how it is that I put out so much content. I'm posting consistently on Instagram, YouTube. I do have a team, but I can teach you guys. I've been doing this for 8 years now. I can teach you guys my strategy to be able to do it solo. So I'd love to see you guys there. This is going to be fun. I'm excited about it. Oregon's absolutely beautiful. Tanya's property is beautiful. So if you guys want more information on that, just go ahead and click the link below and you can get all the details. All right. I hope this was helpful. Please subscribe. I'd love if you could share this with another esthetician that could use this information as well. And I'll see you guys back next week.